So, I remember going to Sporting Chance, the rehab clinic, and my best friend, who was an international, played for England and he was a Premier League player, and he took me for a pint, and we were sitting there, because I'm not an alcoholic, it wasn't my thing, it wasn't my drug of choice, or drug of no choice. But he said to me, my biggest worry is they're going to put all this God stuff on you.
Yeah.
I'm so worried they're going to put all this God stuff and you'll come out and you'll just be all...
Wow.
I was like, oh shit, mate, I just need something, man. I don't know, I just need something. I'm out of... I don't care anymore, but I'm struggling, I need some help. I'd never been to church in my life to that point. Didn't grow up in any kind of religion or family that were affiliated with a religion. We were very much from a family, if you want something, you work harder, you don't moan, you get up, you go again. When I went into Sporting Chance, I had to surrender. And the first night, before we had a group meeting the next day, it was a little cottage in the middle of the woods. I had to sit in my single bedroom with a pad and paper, and I had to write down on my current unmanageability, or my current life, financially, family, career. Well, no one will employ me in football. They think I'm just an absolute loose cannon, or you just can't trust this guy, he's never going to perform. Done, washed up, finished. Family, sleeping in my car. Young baby at home, I'm done, that's done. Money, haven't got anything. It's gone. Paycheck to paycheck's finished. Everything I spent on trying to fill this chasm and void of not feeling good enough inside. So I had to surrender. I had to go, maybe everything that I thought was the way for 33 years, looking at that, there's a possibility I was wrong.
Yeah, maybe
I can laugh today, 8 years on, you know.
Maybe my strategy isn't working.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We might need to look at that.
Yeah.
And I can laugh because I have more abundance in my life today than I ever have. I've got an amazing new family, and I've still gotten great with my ex-wife. My daughter is in my life 3 days a week. My life's going, I'm finally aligned with exactly who I am. I walk in the truth every day, my truth. So, but I can look back on that period and go, I surrendered. I had a spiritual experience. I had the feeling that night when I turned the light off and put my head on the pillow, and all I could hear is, anyone who's been to Sporting Chance will know, you're in the middle of the woods. I could just hear this owl twitwing out the window. And there was a moment I laid there, and there wasn't one thing in my life left to cling to. And I think Michael talks that I couldn't say I'm a footballer. I couldn't say I'm a family guy, I'm a husband. That's finishing. There's not much I can say, yeah, I've got that because I'm all right, because look, my car's worth 50. No, you haven't. You haven't got that 50 grand car. So there wasn't, I was left, finally left. There was me, the clothes in that little duffel bag on the floor, and 30 days ahead of me in rehab. That's all there was. But actually, that was the most amazing night of my life, and certainly the 30 days that preceded it, because I was finally stripped back to the 8-year-old who had the voice in cross country to say, I will beat you. I've got nothing left in my body, but I will beat you. This desire. And the last 8 years has been actually owning that. And who am I? And that was the question. I created a brilliant film around that. It's very powerful. And Sean Ames, who does all my video stuff, brilliant. We did a load of filming, and we went down there, and he filmed this. I was sitting back in that bedroom, and he just said, just start writing, I'm going to film. And I went back to that moment, and I just wrote on the page, who am I? And I remember writing that, who am I? I haven't got a clue who I am. And that was an amazing moment. So, and that's where I believe we lose talent, because all these clubs are fighting for these kids at 12, 13, 9, 6, whenever they're fighting for these kids.
Yeah.
Why are they fighting for them? Because they're talented. So the talent doesn't go anywhere. How can it? You can't lose talent. I couldn't lose talent, which is why when I found it for 5 games out of 45 a season, wow, he's here. Yeah. Let's sign him. So the talent doesn't go anywhere. What goes is they start to doubt themselves. The spirit, the creativity. Who was I talking to? Again, this journalist I was talking to yesterday, talking about Guardiola. I said, look, talking about managers, I said, Guardiola seems on the outside to have everything. Emotional. He's so expressive with his hands. His body language is always shoulders down, humble. I'm of the earth. I'm not better than you. He's not up here dismissing people. Tremendous humility. But then with tactical genius as well. He's the ultimate coach. I think Mourinho had that. I think spiritually Mourinho's died a bit.
Yeah.